Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I want to talk to you about SPS. You don't have enough. I don't have enough. There is not enough SPS. And I firmly believe that. But having said that, there's a tension because I don't have enough cards. I don't have enough land. I don't have enough packs. Like, how does one navigate this? And just more than anything, I really want to convey that I think those of you who are sleeping on SPS need to stop doing that, because this is the game, the cornerstone of what Splinterlands is aiming at, and we see that with Vruz. Today we're going to talk about that and my own journey with where I'm aiming for my SPS bag. Thanks guys. Let's stick around, stay tuned. Have an amazing day. Bye. It's good to see the game finally really rewarding SPS stakers, even if it was that it was us that proposed it. Yeah, I agree. I heard somebody saying they hate, I can't remember who said this, but I heard it be said, it's so annoying that they're using SPS as a measure for who gets these promo card airdrops or whatever. To me, that's I don't know, it has to be jealousy in my mind. It has to be, because this is the absolute like foundational approach that the game has been pointing at for months. SPS will be key. SPS will be necessary. You don't have an SPS. You don't have enough SPS. It's been the constant narrative, and everything from rank rewards, on every sort of financial element of this game has been centered around. Okay, it's not been centered around yet, but the implication has been that it will be centered around SPS. So them doing this snapshot and discerning how many copies of Vruz you'll be able to have based on your SPS stake, to me, makes perfect sense. It was entirely predictable, and people who feel they're now getting scammed or overlooked or screwed in some way because they don't have a big SPS bag, I feel you weren't paying attention. And I say that out of love to those people who are feeling that way. And I will clip this later because I want you to hear me. You don't have enough SPS. If you think this game is fun and it has a future, if you think it's rewarding and you want to be a part of this system and of where it's aiming, you don't have enough SPS. I don't have enough SPS. There isn't enough SPS. The idea that there's too much, that's another thing. We've said for months, there's way too much SPS. They released it too quickly and on and on and on. It's like, no, there isn't enough. And this idea that they released it too quickly, that's just the perspective of somebody who wants to profit off it, wants it to grow, stay high for a period of time. If you are recognizing the long-term play, not the short-term flip, then you need to be aware that SPS isn't even close to enough tokens, especially because it's finite. It's not an inflationary token. After 6 years, from start to finish, it's done. There isn't more. So we don't even have at this moment, we don't even have a distinct or a certain solution on how we'll resolve that. But that's a problem for people who want to get bags and want to play and want to garner the benefit we just described, whether it's airdropped cards, whether it's, the right to mint new airdropped cards, whether it's, land in which you need that, whether it's you want more DEC because there isn't any more being printed and now you got to burn your SPS to get it, etc. You want to buy Rift Watcher packs, you want to buy the future Rebellion packs or whatever the case may be. Man, you don't have enough. You never can. There isn't enough, period. So yeah, I totally agree, Paul. I'm glad that was how they decided to distribute Vruz, because it speaks to those who have invested and who have seen the writing on the wall. And frankly, if people don't, guys, if you are here for the long haul, you need more. If this game is going to succeed and you're going to be along for that ride, you need more SPS, period. Dibs on the Wayne stash. Dude, I don't know if I have enough stash. Right now I've only got 80 thou, and to be honest, even though I just said all that about SPS, I'm actually looking at selling some of my SPS. I was talking with somebody. You guys maybe saw, I was talking with HL49 and Jim, right, the other day. And HL49 goes, he's making about 6,000 SPS a month. And he's selling like 2,000 a month or something like that to buy more cards with. And guys, that sounds pretty smart, because you want to be able to keep investing. I do anyways, and maybe you don't, but I want more and more of these cards, man. I constantly want more and more of these cards. I constantly look at this marketplace and say, you know, I don't have this or I don't have that. And, you know, I've got some amazing cards that, like Cobalt Miner, I've got a level 6 alpha. I want a bigger one. It's a very good card. It's a very good card. And that's one example, but there's at least 100. I don't have a Kitty anymore. I'd love to have one. I don't have a Yoda, and I never had one. Well, actually I did, and I sold it right away. But I just said, you know, take SPS seriously. I just said, you know, don't sleep on SPS. Okay, yeah, but everyone's walking a different path. And for me, with 80,000 SPS, and I want 1 million, I also want more cards. I also want more land. I also want, and I feel I need those things too. And the timing of it, you know, if I sell SPS at 2.5 cents, you know, I'm unstaking right now. I'm going to get 20,000 SPS on the 22nd. I'm going to consider selling it. I don't know if I'm going to. Oh, but man, that'd be fun. I would be able to break like $500 or something like that into the marketplace and go and buy some cards. And you have to admit, as much as SPS is important, you guys have said it, cards are important too. And so how do we navigate this stuff? Like, because we only have finite resources and we have infinite, well, we don't have infinite. We have tons of different choices to buy. And you know as well as I do, you want more of them than you can afford. So yeah, you need SPS, but you also need cards, and you probably want some land. And how many of each is such a hard thing to figure out, even for me.